Hello, everyone. Hold on, I'll be right back. My dog went inside. All right, I'm back. Still got a bit of a stuffy nose though, but New Black Country New Road song, by the way, is amazing. I don't know if anyone's gonna. Snow Globes. After I've listened to a bunch of the live recordings back to back as if it's the album, and that's probably my second favorite song off of it. After Basketball Shoes, definitely, it's been my favorite, definitely. The new album's gonna be it's gonna be amazing. I just know it. So. I knew it was gonna be either Snow Globes or Good Will Hunting. It's gonna be the single. And I'm excited to hear. I mean, I don't know. It's fine. Basketball Shoes wasn't released as a single. It's okay, but I don't know. I'm just excited to hear the studio version of it. Snow Globes is really good too, though. It's another really good song. Then the new Animal Collective song released the same day. It was really good too. Just strung with everything. It's really good. And I haven't listened to the live things from that one though, but I plan on doing that at some point. Right, just letting you guys know that in a little bit less than 11 minutes, if there's still no activity, I will unstream and delete it. Just letting you guys know. Right, and a little bit less than 10 minutes. If there's still no activity, I'll end the stream and delete it. Just letting you guys know. All right, and now I'm a little bit less than 9 minutes. If there's still no activity, I'll end the stream and delete it. Just letting you guys know. All right, in about 8 minutes, if there's still no activity, I will end the stream and delete it. Just letting you guys know. Oh, ew. Well, hello, person watching. How are you doing? Hello, person watching. Anything you want to talk about? Oh, Hey, Darren. I missed you so much. Yeah, I missed you too. It was really good getting to talk to you again and everything. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Yeah, it's not anything. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this. Um, it's nothing between like that's bad between me and her. You guys don't worry. It's just something that happened in her personal life. You truly have shown me how much you truly love me. Oh, thank you. Same to you. I really know you love me, Ty. You waited for me. Yeah, of course. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you too. And since I didn't get the chance to tell you happy 6 months, I want to tell you happy late 6 months. Oh, thank you. My dad is home now, not for much longer though. Oh. There's two people watching. Hello, other person watching. How are you doing, other person watching? Anything you want to talk about? Oh, Shelton Film Production. I'm the other person. Hello, Shelton Film Production. How are you doing? I hope we can see each other soon. Same. Hey, how are you, Shelton Film Production? What have you been doing recently? Any music you've been listening to lately? Any movies you've seen? Anything like that? Hmm. What's going on? Shelton Film Productions. What's been going on? Oh, doing well here. Not too much really. Just playing lots of Persona 5. That's cool. My brother likes that game. I probably got to play it at some point. I heard it's good. I've been playing Deus Ex. It's a game I've been playing recently. I didn't really get it at first, but it's starting to grow on me. I think it's pretty cool now, though. It's like I thought it was kind of weird at first because it's like not a game you play with a controller. You use the keyboard and all that stuff, which I thought was kind of confusing, but it's actually a lot easier than it sounds. Let's see, which does have a fantastic soundtrack. Yeah, I heard the soundtrack. I think I've listened to the soundtrack before. I think just once though. Yeah, I'm getting a new boss for the kitchen on Monday, so hopefully he has people he can bring to my work in my department. So 1 weekend so I'll be able to see. Oh, good. Deus Ex was one of the first RPGs I ever played back in the day. Hopefully we'll be able to see each other soon. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. So far, I liked it a lot. I like really cyberpunk futuristic stuff a lot, so it's probably up my alley. Mm-hmm. I've also been watching. I'm on season 3. I think I'm gonna finish it at some point soon. Avatar: The Last Airbender. By the way, and Persona 5 is insanely long. I'm 70 hours in. I feel like I'm not even halfway done. Huh. So if you ever play, keep that in mind. Huh. That's interesting. Let me see how long a full gameplay of it is. I truly appreciate you so much. You've been the only boyfriend who's ever waited on me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for saying that. Of course I would. So, you know, yeah, my brother's played it. My favorite game, by the way, if I had to say, is probably Yakuza 0. That's probably my favorite game that I've played. Just because there's so much to do in it. It's like the story's great, but then also the sub stories are just really, really good too. It's just you can do so much in it. It's just kind of a game you can just do kind of. I don't know. It's just I think it's just a really cool and unique game. I love Yakuza 0. You are so amazing. Oh, so are you. Well, I own Yakuza 0, but I haven't started it yet. Maybe that'll be my next one. Yeah, it's really good. It's a really good game. The sub stories are really amazing too. The sub stories are amazing, and then the original game is really good. Like the original storyline is really good as well. The sub stories are probably my favorite part about the game. There's just so much you can do, and it's such a cool game. Oh, amazing! I didn't get to talk to you for a week. Well, it's not your fault. It's just you got your phone taken away for. It's nothing you did wrong. So of course I'd wait on you for that. So my favorite game is probably Disco Elysium. Oh, that game's amazing. Yeah, that game's amazing. Actually, I got done playing that game a couple weeks ago or so. I don't remember, but that game's really good. It's a really really cool game. I'm actually I actually started a new game so I can play it all over again. It's a really cool game. It's got to be like and the thing is like usually dialogue like conversations with other characters so it mostly consists of dialogue. Games I play seems kind of boring, but it's just very entertaining. The characters in it are really cool, really good. And the artwork for it is really good too. It's a really, really cool game, Disco Elysium. Awesome, an unbelievable soundtrack too. What type of character did you run? What type of character? I don't know. You mean like the ideology, like the political ideology thing, or because with the ideology, I honestly, I mean, I'm not a communist. I don't like communism, but I this something came up where I remember something came up where it said something about like becoming a communist, and I went in that storyline because I didn't want to go in the storyline where it would be a fascist because I absolutely despise fascism. My fascism is fucking the worst fucking thing ever. So I'll go with communism. I know that there's other things, but I don't know. I just thought I'd do that. That's what I went with was communism. Um, Stats. I think I went for intellectual or whatever, like something like that. I know I've been bugging you about this, but did you get a chance to change the background color of the wallpaper collage you made for? Oh, I forgot to do that. I'll do it sometime, maybe tomorrow or so. I forgot. I completely forgot all about that. But yeah, I went towards like yeah, right. I played as a free market fundamentalist. Yeah, that's part of Hollywood. Let me see. Let me look at the ideology stuff again. Hold on. All right, hold on. So there's communism, fascism, moralism, ultra liberal. Then ultra liberal is actually apparently a far right thing. Apparently, huh? This is what it sounds like. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, radical right wing. Yeah, moralism. That's probably what I'll go for next. That probably sounds like the best one. The character Rainey is a fascist. That's weird. It's the baddest of all the ideologies. I would agree on that. So no one admits they're a fascist. Yeah, fascism is sucks. So fascism sucks. Do not like fascism. All right. Yeah, fascism is so bad. All right. I played as a free market. All right, talk to you later tonight. I love how Disco Elysium essentially what would happen if Thomas Pynchon wrote a video game. Very surrealist and paranoid. I'm not thinking. Hold on. Let me see. Who's that? Thomas. I don't think I've heard of that person. Screw fascism. Yeah, fascism is awful. Yep. If you're a fascist, unsub right now. I do not want any fascists. I mean, I'm serious. If you're a fascist, don't unsub right now. If you're a fascist, for real. Mm. Talk to you later. Talk to you later. Have a good night. I'll talk to you later tonight. But I think the reason I went with communism essentially was because I just thought that was the only two ideologies you could really pick. But then I found out later that there's other ones, and I said, "Oh, I'm already doing communism. Might as well do it." Because I mean, I don't like either communism or fascism, but if I had to pick between them, I'd pick communism in a heartbeat, just because I hate fascism so much. So it's almost like picking, I don't know, like a moldy piece of bread or eating a turd that fresh out of the toilet that got peed on. So obviously, you're going to go for the moldy bread. So I don't know. Concord will fly. I like Kim. And by the way, my favorite character in it was probably Kim Katsuragi. Is probably my favorite character in it. I'll probably play as a commie next time. Yeah. I think I remember doing that like little meetup thing or whatever. I remember. I think the game was developed in Estonia, right? If I remember correctly. Yep. Yeah. Created by the founder of the Revachol Commune, Krasmazov. Communism is in a dire state by the time you get here. The commune of Revachol was crushed by the powers of the Moralist Coalition, and most of what you would call real communists, along with their anarchist friends, were shot by, as Mazov himself would say, capitalist bootlickers. The left wing is now led by moderate social democrats. That's actually what I am, is a social democrat. Which it's not just because it has social in the name. It's not socialist, which it does have some socialist policies, but it's more like where you still believe in a capitalist economy, but you want stuff like free healthcare and stuff like that, free college and all that stuff. And socialist. Now, this ideology is only represented by student book clubs and old decaying philosophers. Only 0.00000% of communism has been built. But who knows? Maybe if you're held, it will be 0.001%. Then fascism. This is the baddest of all the ideologies, hell yeah. It is, definitely. So no one admits they're a fascist. That one lorry driver guy probably does, I would admit. They're traditionalist or nationalist, a term. They get really angry if you associate with fascism. No one wants leprosy on their brand. The emotional draw here is, of course, that pretty girl who didn't want to sleep with you. Yeah, that's all. If you're a fascist, you're also an incel. I stand by that. So the other ideologies don't explain why that happened. Fascism does, because the communists pushed the king under a streetcar, and now nothing in the world is holy or beautiful. During your stay in Revachol, plenty of women will tell you no. So naturally, most people will pick this one. I hope most people don't pick that one. I mean, who doesn't want absolute giant? Because I don't. And their STEAM achievements. Also, it goes really well with alcoholism. Yeah. Fascist is for losers. Moralism, that's probably what I'll go with next. Finally, something normal. Enough of those ramblings in this world. There's also sensible ideology for people who simply want to do good by everyone. How? By looking at that option on the table and saying, no, I don't want any of those associated with me. I just want to play a regular, inconsequential, doesn't really believe anything type of detective. Well, you're in luck. After the commies and the Fascas tag team Revachol, foreign nations with moderately deadly artillery come and level the city. Put all commies against the neutral wall and turn Revachol into a debt colony. Financial buffer zone. Whatever the hell they want to be. They rule the world, and All-Star CM, the law enforcement agency you're a part of. So really, it's a no-brainer. Ultra-liberal. Okay. Who are the ultra-liberal people? Let's see. That's apparently a far-right thing. Even though it's called ultra-liberal. The Joyce, that lady Joyce is he's an ultra-liberal. Do you grind and hustle? Sure you do. You're a money engineer, a modern money scientist. You move money on a level and inconceivable to the ordinary citizen. What is money anyway? Money is trust. There is no ideology being an ultra doesn't complement. Fascist money man, say here logist money commie, be sexy, money and moralism, peanut butter and jelly. Money's not jealous, money's like light, love and friendship. Plays well with everything. During the revolution, the ultras banded up with the commies to dispose of the king. Then they made a deal with the moralists to profit from the ensuing occupation. Also, this is literally gives you money in the game. With money, you can buy books, which have content. Board games, too. Clothes, which cost real money to model. Without money, you might end up as some kind of impoverished hobo cop. So it's people who like money. Essentially. People who have money. Seems like, all right. Radical right-wing hustlers and free market advocates who believe in tax reductions. I don't know if far right's the word. I don't know. Here we go. Free market for the economy, but a strong public sector for things the market can't provide well. The Lord Disco Elysium is so densely packed, but presented in a way that doesn't info bump it to the player. They probably mean ultra-liberal in the Milton Friedman sense. Yeah, that makes sense. It's a very smart game, too. That's another thing I really like about it. It's, I don't know. You guys maybe don't know this about me, maybe, but I study politics and stuff like that a lot. And I find I don't know. I watch a lot of news stories and I read a lot about history and all this stuff. So that's another reason why I really like this game. It's definitely one of my favorite games I've played too, by the way. So. Meow, meow, meow. Gone. I'm going and see you now. Text me till winter. Next summer and sprinters. Pictures of you. 1,000 miles long too. What's a city boy need to do? And you like on go. I came a light blue sleeper and I lay dead or twisted for most of the night. I studied economics in college, so this is right up my alley. Yeah, it's a really cool game. And one thing, one thing actually, I don't know, man, this is kind of debatable, but one thing I always kind of like, I don't know, because it doesn't really have to do with that I picked communism in the game, just because that's what I originally thought that was the only two ideologies you could pick from, which I was wrong. If I didn't know that, I would have picked probably moralism. But you have a nice singing voice, dude. Oh, thank you. Thank you. But one thing that, like, communism in real life, I still don't think it's a good thing. But one thing that's so weird is that, a lot of people don't really know what the true definition of it is. And it's a very strange thing because there's a lot of countries that claim to be communist, but the things they do actually are. Because communism is like an extreme left. It's an extreme form of socialism. A lot of people don't really understand what socialism can technically be a good thing in a way. It's just when it becomes very extreme and authoritarian, that's when it's not good. But like what communism is it's like there's no money, there's no government, and all the businesses are publicly owned. And so stuff like where it was socialism would be stuff like free healthcare or free college. I guess technically you can maybe even consider libraries to be socialist or social media to be socialist. You could even maybe even consider the police department to be socialist. It's where it's the people that get to use it for free. I guess that's kind of what it is. So like China, for instance, they claim to be a communist country, and it's debatable whether they're not. But from what my brother told me, and I don't know, I've looked into this, is that China's economy is not communist at all. It's actually more capitalist because they have money, they have a government. Hell, roads are socialist. Yeah, but they have money, they have a government, they have business. They're definitely not a communist economy. China's economy is definitely not communist at all. And some people have even debated that their form of government, because communism is an extreme left ideology, people have argued that China's system is more aligned with the far right because of xenophobia and stuff like that. So, like, for instance, like North Korea, like their Koreans Workers Party, or Juche, whatever they call it. That's what their ideology is labeled as far left. But some people have argued that it's almost their ideology is closer to something like fascism because of their state control and their history of racism and xenophobia within their system's ideology, which technically racism and xenophobia can exist in far left. It's just not as nearly as common as it is in the far right. Like I would say if there's racism in the far left, it's mostly directed at white people. If I were to guess, that's probably what I'd say. But anyways, now, like I think I heard somewhere there was one person, and I don't know if I know the story completely right, and it was awful, but there was one person from Cuba who went to North Korea as a visitor, and he was a black person, and he was killed there because he was black. It's really awful. And that's not something you really hear in something that claims to be a far left thing. And obviously, if it's far left, it's probably not very good either. But I don't know. So some people have compared Juche not to far left, but people have said it almost sounds more like a far right or fascist thing. I don't know. Just what it sounds like. I don't know. I think what we're really getting at is that authoritarianism is terrible for human condition. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, authoritarian is not good at all. Whether it's left or right, it's not good. I think I don't know. What I'm trying to get at is there's a lot of I think a lot of people, because the thing is socialism can be a good thing. It's just when it becomes too authoritarian, or when it's like communism is something that sounds good on paper, where people can just do stuff and they can just do it for free, there's no money, but it just doesn't work. Like the only way it can really even work is if something has its insanely small population. It's not going to work in a place of over 1 billion population. And some people even argue that China's form of government isn't even communist because their economy is definitely not communist. But then fascism obviously doesn't work because it's such a disgusting, hateful, like evil ideology. It's so evil. Like killing people you view as inferior. It's just awful. It's just authoritarianism is so bad. Totalitarianism is really bad also. So even worse. So, but yeah, but I guess the thing with socialism can be a good thing, and there's a lot of places that do have different type of socialist things. So like so Finland, Norway, Sweden, they have a lot of social democratic things, and they're arguably considered to be the best places to live in the world because there's stuff like free healthcare and college and all that stuff. There's a lot of people that say they hate socialism and they use stuff they don't even know that would even technically apply as socialism. So like libraries would technically be socialist in a way, or like using the internet, maybe you can even argue that, or police, like stuff you don't have to pay for. That's like stuff for the people. And then I think people have just twisted this idea in their head that socialism means when you take away people's freedoms and all that stuff. Opposite of that. So it can be good. So like even like what fascism or Nazism is always bad. My eyes, it's always bad. It can never be good. Falls in line with nationalism, which is pride for your country, but it's just when it becomes so extreme. So like ultra nationalism is what they believed was like my country's the best, but also my race is the only thing that should exist. Everyone else needs to go. That's basically what they believed in. And nationalism, in a way, I mean, I don't really agree with nationalism, but I guess if it's a light form of nationalism like patriotism, it's not really that bad. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing to have pride in your country or say your country's the best. It's just when it becomes so extreme is when it's really bad and awful. I think, all right, I think these Nordic countries have much greater economic freedom than the United States, and they still have free healthcare, paid family leave, etc. Yeah. I really wish the United States could do that. I don't know. And I guess one other thing I'll probably mention is I think from what I know, there definitely are some people that are like I guess like Fidel Castro, and for me he was a bad person and all that stuff, but he was a communist ruler that I would definitely say. And you can debate whether Cuba aligned with communism, but he definitely had some sort of. He definitely, I would consider him a far left person, definitely because he was a very, very loud speaker of communism, which he wasn't a good person though, but he wasn't a good ruler either, and his beliefs were awful. But if you're to look at, I don't know, he was definitely one I would definitely label as a far left person. Or Vladimir Lenin, obviously, he's the person that started the Soviet Union, I think, so obviously, and he wasn't a good person either. Like Joseph Stalin was even worse, though, but no, it's not good. So excited for Ints from Up There. I'm so freaking excited for Ints from Up There. Can't wait until the album comes out. And the Animal Collective album's going to come out the same day. It's going to be so good. Oh, what? Who do you think might drop a surprise album of the year candidate in 2022? I don't know about surprise, but I'm pretty sure album of the year is going to be "Ants from Up There" by Black Country New Road. That's what I'm saying, and it's going to be drop in a couple weeks. I'm pretty sure that's going to be my favorite of the year, but who knows? Who knows? I just have a lot of high expectations for that album. I loved every single. Um, my least favorite song off the album, actually, from hearing the live recordings, my least favorite is actually probably going to be Chaos Space Marine, and I think that's an amazing song. So I expect that album to be so good. I expect it to be a lot better than for the First Time, which was one of my favorite albums of last year. Expect it to be so good. Ants from Up There. Basketball Shoes is going to be amazing. So Snow Globes is really good. And Basketball Shoes is going to be so good. So I love the song Basketball Shoes. I listened to the live recording of it so many times. All right, but anyways, it was good talking to you, Shelton Film Productions. See you next time. If you join the stream next time, have a good night. See you guys. Bye.